Good day, class. We will now be discussing your NPN. So, what are your NPNs? These are your non-protein nitrogen compounds. Okay, so these are your waste products. Waste products found in your kidney. Okay, majority excreted by your kidney. So, we will also tackle here your kidney function. Okay, so your NPN are found in your plasma and in your urine, since your urine is the filtrate of your blood. Okay, so most of your NPN found in your plasma and your urine is composed of your urea. Okay, your urea is the majority of the NPN found in both urine and plasma, followed by your amino acid, which is only found in your plasma. Normally, we don't excrete amino acid in the urine, or it is recycled by our body. Okay? Then your uric acid, also a metabolic degradation or metabolic waste product of your urine metabolism, which is composed of 10% in your plasma and 1.7% in your urine. Okay, creatinine and creatine, which are metabolic products of your muscle metabolism, okay, composed of 5% in plasma as their creatinine and 4.5% in urine. Your creatine is 1 to 2% in your plasma and is not found in the urine, for it is again degraded to creatinine. Next is your ammonia, okay, which is found 0.2% in your plasma and 2.8% in your urine. This ammonia gives the aromatic scent of your urine. Okay, so next, let's go to your urea. So what is your urea? Your urea is the majority excretory product of protein metabolism. So when your protein is being degraded, mostly it produces urea as to your metabolic product. Okay, so this is major, no? In your major NPN in both plasma and urine. Okay? It is formed in the liver from amino acid groups such as your ammonia and free ammonia generated during your protein catabolism. So, catabolism is the degradation or cutting off of your molecules. Okay? Concentration of urea in the plasma is determined by renal function. Okay, as I said earlier, we will be discussing your kidney. So, the urea in the plasma is determined by the renal function, how many urea or how much urea is being excreted by the kidney no, through your urine. Okay, it determines the urea concentration in the plasma. Okay, and perfusion. Okay, perfusion is of your body metabolism. Okay, and protein content of the diet. Of course, it is a degradation of your protein, since if you have an large intake of protein, also your urea in the plasma will correlate with it. Okay, then the rate of protein catabolism. Okay, how fast your body can degrade or cut down the protein. Blood urea nitrogen or BUN. Okay, this is mostly uh, the one being tested in the laboratory to quantify urea content in the plasma. Okay, in severe liver damage, levels of urea decreases. Why? Because your liver nga produces your urea. Okay, so if it's damaged, your urea levels are decreased. It's also the first metabolite to increase in kidney disease. Why? Because your kidney, as said, it filters out your urea. So if your kidney is non-functional, no, your urea will accumulate in the plasma, which is quantified in the laboratory as your blood urea nitrogen. Okay, it is also used no, as a screening test for kidney disease. Okay, it is a good parameter in checking your kidney function. Okay, urea is readily removed by dialysis. In dialysis, urea is being filtered out. Okay, your dialysis is the artificial blood filtration. Filtration. Okay, why? Because no, it uses machines, and outside your body, your blood is being filtered with um, permeable membranes to remove metabolic waste such as your urea. Okay, 90% of urea is excreted, 10% remain in the blood. Okay, it is also a major organic solid in the urine since it has a large quantity found in your urine. Okay, what are the clinical applications of urea? It evaluates renal function, as said. No, it is being used to assess your renal function, assess hydration status. Why? Because your urea is excreted together with your water to determine nitrogen balance, since your urea no, combines with nitrogen. To aid in diagnosis of renal diseases, okay, and to verify adequacy of dialysis. So how is it no um, being known that your dialysis is being successful? Your urea in the blood or in the plasma is being quantified. Okay, if your urea still increase after dialysis, then you need more, or you need another set of other methods in removing metabolic compounds or metabolic waste in your body. Okay, so here, shown in this table, you can see methods in determining your urea. Okay, we do have enzymatic method, no, which uses urease. Okay, so urea is combined with water, no, which produces ammonia and carbonic acid. Okay, then you have GLDH coupled enzyme. Okay, your GLDH coupled enzyme is used on many automated instruments, best as kinetic measurement. So when you say kinetic measurement, it is a measurement with multiple no, numbers or multiple measuring technique. Okay, your ammonia is added with 2-oxoglutarate and NADH plus hydrogen, which produces glutamate plus NADH and water. Okay, anong minimeasure dyan? The glutamate. Okay, next we use also indicator dyes. No? NH4 or your ammonia is added with a pH indicator. Then color change will indicate presence of urea. Okay, used in automated systems, multi-layer film reagents, and dry reagent strips. Okay, another is conductimetric. Okay, conversion of an ionized urea to ammonia and carbon tetroxide. Okay, result in increased conductivity. This is a specific and rapid um, method in determining your urea. What are the other methods also being used in your urea? You have isotope dilution mass spectrometry, okay, detection of characteristic fragments following ionization, quantification using isotopically labeled compounds. This is a proposed reference method for your urea. Okay, so you have enzymatic and nasalization. Okay, nasalization. Okay, urea in the PFF is made to react with urease, glycerol extract, in the presence of copper and heat forming ammonium carbonate, which is then reacted with Neisser's reagent to form a yellow dimercuric ammonium iodide. Okay, under that is your microkedjal Neisser. Okay, the oldest method known in identification of your urea in the blood. Okay, your nitrogen is added with ammonium plus no, alkaline potassium mercuric iodide to form your ammonium mercuric iodide. This is a double iodide of potassium and mercury. Okay, then mercuric ammonium iodide. Okay. Hegel process, mixture of sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid. So we use most of the time in Kegel method acids in degrading your ammonia to be quantified. This method, no, your urea nitrogen concentration can be converted to urea concentration by multiplying 2.14. So how do you do that? If you got the BUN um, quantified as sorry, quantified as 2.6, you can no convert this to urea alone by multiplying it to 2.14 as it is the conversion unit. So the urea concentration in your blood is 5.56. This is now your urea in your blood. Okay? The urea nitrogen concentration expressed in milligram per deciliter may be converted in urea concentration in millimoles per liter by multiplying 0.357. Okay. Conversion numbers are important. No? Lumalabas yan po sa boards. Kaya we need to memorize them. Okay? So that's the conversion of your Kejal method or the process of your Kejal method. Wala yung picture. Okay. Another method is urea is hydrolyzed to ammonium carbonate by urease and ammonia reacts with phenol and sodium hypochlorite in an alkaline medium forming a blue indophenol. Okay, urease. This is known to be your urease Betherloff method. Okay, so your urea produces no, carbon uh, carbon dioxide which is added with your ammonia. Okay, ammonia and then added with phenol hypochlorite then produces indolphenol blue. Next is your enzymatic and acid titration. Urea is hydrolyzed by urease forming ammonia. So this method uses urease as your enzyme forming ammonia which is then titrated with a weak acid. So you do have two methods here, your Vance-like column and your Eurograph. Direct measurement of urea, we have DAM or diacetyl monoxide method. Urea is made to react with diacetyl monoxide to produce a yellow dioxin derivative known as your Person's reaction. Okay? Arsenic thiocarbazide is added to enhance the color formation and to exclude protein interference. So since your nitrogen, urea nitrogen is sometimes bounded to protein, we use arsenic tayo semi-carbazide, no, to reduce that protein interference. Next consideration in the BUN determination, the determination is affected by high protein diet, okay, hydration, and other physiologic functions. Why? Because your urea, okay, is known to be produced in by your proteins. Since if you intake a high load of protein, okay, your urea will falsely elevated. Okay, same with hydration. If ever that you are too much hydrated, you are excreting too much urea in the urine, causing decreased, no, falsely decreased urea in the blood. Falsely decreased urea in the blood. Okay. Whole blood should be deproteinized to eliminate interference of hemoglobin. Since hemoglobin, no, can also react with your other reagents since it has a protein called gluten. Okay? Ammonium-containing anticoagulants are contraindicated in enzymatic method because some of your enzymes now react with ammonium since your ammonium is also component of the reagent. Okay? Sodium fluoride inhibits the action of urease. So you cannot use sodium fluoride as a anticoagulant since your urease, which is being used in enzymatic method as your enzyme, cannot do its purpose. Upon prolonged standing, ammonia concentration in the sample rises 2 to 3 times the original value due to enzymatic deamination of labile amide like your glutamine. Okay? Since your some of your methodologies in identifying your urea involves ammonia, so degradation and increased production of ammonia in your sample can affect the BUN concentration in your plasma. So what are the normal values for your BUN? You have 7 to 18 milligram per deciliter or converted as to your millimole per liter, 2.5 to 6.4. What is again the conversion factor? It is 0.357. Okay? If you want to convert milligram per deciliter to millimole per liter. Okay. Clinical significance of your urea. So you have pre-renal causes. When you say pre-renal causes, these are conditions in which circulation through the kidney is less efficient than usual. Okay? How is it that this it is called a pre-renal cause? Because your blood is not yet filtered by the kidney. By the kidney. Okay? So what are this phenomenon? So you have hemorrhage. So if ever that you had a hemorrhage, okay, possible BUN can be decreased. Cardiac decompression, okay, increased protein catabolism, which increases your urea. Heat stroke or dehydration also decreases your urea in the blood. Increases. This is increases because you are dehydrated. Burns and fluids decreases your urea. Okay? Next, we have your renal cause. When you say renal cause, it is the presence of the lesion in the parenchyma itself or the tubular injury in your kidney. Okay, what are these? No, your chronic nephritis, which is the damage to your kidney. Also, acute glomerular nephritis. Okay, your infection in the kidney causing damage to your kidney. Polycystic kidney, not enough. No, um, your kidney is cystic. Okay, it has cyst. Then um, the filtration is affected. Okay, nephrosclerosis, okay, and tubular necrosis. All of this damages or has a damaged kidney. That's why your urea in the blood increases. Okay, because no excretion of urea is being done. Okay, mostly of your urea is reabsorbed, no, and processed by your tubules. Post-renal causes is due to the obstruction in the urinary tract. So, after the kidney, means after the kidney. So, what are those? So, possible stones can interfere in your urine excretion, prostatic enlargement, which can occlude your urethra, okay, and tumors, which can also occlude the urinary flow of your urine through your urethra. Okay. Other clinical significance, you have azotemia. Okay. Azotemia is a nitrogen-containing biochemical abnormality that refers to an increase in BUN and creatinine level. So, hindi lang siya BUN. You have also creatinine, which is largely related to decrease in glomerular filtration. Okay? You have also uremia, defined as the increase in urea and creatinine with accompanying clinical signs and symptoms of renal failure. So if ever that you are experiencing azotemia with, okay, with, note that this is with signs and symptoms of renal failure like your metabolic acidosis due to the failure of kidney to eliminate acidic product, okay, which, okay, results to acidosis, hyperkalemia due to failure of potassium excretion, generalized edema due to water retention. So these are your signs and symptoms, okay, which are observed in your uremia. Again, your uremia is azotemia with signs and symptoms. Next is you have, no, next metabolic product or NPN is your creatinine. Creatinine is a principal waste product of muscular metabolism. So this is from your muscles. Okay? Derived mainly from creatine. Okay? Which is known to be your alpha methyl guanido acetic acid. Okay? It is synthesized form three amino acids. So from your methionine, arginine, and lysine. So in your determination of your creatinine, we use also this. Okay, creatinase method, which is an enzymatic method available on ECTACHEM analyzer, wherein creatinine is hydrolyzed to N-methyl than methyl than choline and ammonia by creatinase. Okay, your enzyme here is creatinase. The ammonia is then made to react with alpha ketoglutarate and NADH. In the presence of glutamate, dehydrogenase, okay, forming glutamate and NAD. The decrease in NADH is followed your fluorometrically measurement. Okay? Next is your creatine aminohydrolase method. Again, it is an enzymatic method which uses aminohydrolase as your enzyme. Creatinine is hydrolyzed to creatinine by creatine aminohydrolase, followed by a series of coupled enzyme reaction in which creatine reacts with creatine kinase, pyruvate kinase, and lactate. So this is lactate dehydrogenase. Culminating in the oxidation of your NADH. So you have also direct Jacques method or reaction method. It is a formation of red tautomер, tautomer creatine picrate when creatine is in serum is made to react with a freshly prepared alkaline sodium picrate solution or your alkaline picrate Jacques reagent. So what is the reagent being used? Your Jacques reagent or your alkaline sodium picrate solution. What is the normal values for this? You have 0.6 to 1.2 milligram per deciliter. Again, if you want to convert, no, you can use the conversion factor of 88.4, okay, to micromole per liter. Okay, what are the clinical significance of your creatinine? Aside from renal diseases, it is also elevated in your myopathies. Your myopathies are your muscular disorders. Okay, such as your muscular dystrophies, familiar periodic paralysis, myasthenia gravis, dermatomycosis, dermatomyositis, which are your abnormalities or diseases caused by your by muscles, uh, by the muscle. Okay, so if ever that you have a muscle wastage, okay, such as your muscular dystrophy, your creatinine is also increased in the blood. Okay, so if ever that lalo na yung mga nag-gym, yan, since they are breaking their muscles to increase the size of it, okay, most of the time they have increased creatinine in the blood. Okay, creatinine is synthesized from amino acid, arginine, methionine, and glycine, as said earlier. It is increased in muscular dystrophies. Okay, next, you have your blood uric acid or your BUA. Your blood uric acid is the major end product of urine metabolism. Okay, formed in the liver and intestinal mucosa from xanthine by the action of xanthine oxidase. Okay, normally 89% of this is filtered, okay, and also reabsorbed. It is relatively insoluble. So when you see insoluble, it cannot be dissolved in your water, which is you can found this in your urine. When it accumulates, it is then deposited in the joints, known as your tophi or topi, or in the genitourinary tract as uric acid stones. Okay, your uric acid can also cause urinary calculi. Okay, what are the methods in determining your uric acid? You have various methods. You have phosphorotungstic acid, which uses sodium carbonate. Sodium. Um, sodium carbon carbon tetroxide. Okay, this technique is non-specific and requires protein removal, which is no reacts with your reagent. Okay, that's the chemical method. We have also enzymatic method. Okay, similar to the first step. Okay, very specific. Okay, which eliminates the reaction of your proteins from your reagents. Also, you have spectrophotometry, which can interfere by your hemoglobin and santin, decrease in absorbance, and it is measured at 293 nanometer. They also have coupled enzymatic reaction, which uses catalase. Okay, commonly automated method, negative bias with reducing agents. When you say reducing agents, these are agents that reduces no your hydrogen or oxygen component of your reagents. Next is coupled enzyme, which uses which uses peroxidase as your main enzyme. Okay, readily automated, reducing agents interfere with this. Okay. Other methods, you have isotope dilution mass or spectrometry or IDMS, detection of characteristic fragments following ionization, quantification using isotopically labeled compounds, proposed reference method of your uric acid determination. Okay. You also have direct redox reaction. Okay, the uric acid is oxidized to allantoin and carbon dioxide by phosphotangmanic acid as your reagent, which is the protein precipitant and color reagent in alkaline solution. In the process, phosphotangmanic acid is reduced to tungsten blue, so their color reaction is blue. Enzymatic method or Blanche and Koch or uricase method, differential or absorption spectrophotometry is being used as your technique. Okay, uric acid is destroyed by the action of uricase, no, to form carbon dioxide and allantoin. Since uric acid has a maximum absorption peak at 200 to 290 degrees nanometer, okay, while allantoin has no absorption at this point. The decrease in the absorption is positive related to the acid present in your sample. So if ever that the sample is too white, no, it is correlated with your increased uric acid in your blood since it doesn't produce a color reaction. Okay, what is the consideration in your uric acid determination or BUA? Uric acid is stable for several days at room temperature and longer if refrigerated. So, this is not affected by prolonged standing of your specimen. Additional to this, ano, thymol increases its stability to bacterial destruction since your uric acid, okay, can be a can be used by your bacteria as source of their energy. Okay, thymol can increase the stability or decrease the bacterial degradation of this. Okay, any of the common anticoagulants can be used except for potassium oxalate. Why? Okay, this potassium oxalate forms potassium phosphotungstate promoting turbidity. So your turbidity can cause no interference, especially in your spectrophotometric methods. Okay? Pero in like foods like legumes, okay, visceral organs, and other may affect uric acid assay since it is high in purine content. Okay, since your uric acid is a degradation of purine, high intake of purine products can also increase uric acid in your blood. So, kaya yan, pagka may mga sinasabi, may mga arthritis, huwag kakain ng mga legumes or yung mga mabubuto na gulay kasi it has a high purine content. Okay? So, kung i-degrade din ng body mo, madadagdagan lang yung mga crystals mo na uric acid. Okay. Another, you have the Caraway method, which is the oldest method for determination of your uric acid. Uric acid is added with phosphotungtenic acid, which produces tungsten blue. It uses sodium um, NaCN as color stabilizer for your tungsten. You also have modification of the Caraway method, which is known to be your Henry's method. It uses naman sodium sodium carbon tetroxide as color stabilizer, no, in replacement to your NaCN. Okay. Blood uric, your normal values in your blood uric acid range from 4.0 to 8.5 in men and lower in females such with your 2.7 and 7.3. Bakit mas lower in women? Because of your body surface. Mas malaki yung body surface ng males compared to females. That's why, no, since this is a purine degradation, mas madaming purine or mas madaming proteins, okay, mas malaking muscles. So, kaya mas mataas yung normal values and values expected in males than in females. The clinical significance of this is gout, okay, a defect in uric acid metabolism which causes an excess of acid and salt to accumulate in the bloodstream and joints. So, ito yun, mga namumukol-mukol sa mga buko-buko ng matatanda, no? Gout. Okay, accumulation. Bakit? Hindi natin i-excrete or masyadong madami. Kaya iniiwasan, no, sa mga matatanda yung pagkain ng mga mabubuto like your mugo, yung matataas sa uric acid. Okay? Next, chronic alcoholism can increase uric acid in the bloodstream because alcohol inhibits the excretion of your uric acid. No? So, magkakaroon ka ng uric acid stasis. Leukemia and other malignant condition due to increased turnover of nucleoproteins can also affect the uric acid clearance in your body. It is also elevated in decreased renal function either due to overproduction of uric acid or decreased rate of excretion. So both is it affected or increases your uric acid. No? Since ini-excrete mo nga, kung hindi mo naman ma-excrete, okay, mag-accumulate. Kung overproduction ka but normal an excretion, still mag-accumulate ka ng uric acid in your bloodstream. Next is your fetal poisoning with chloroform and methanol, excessive exposure to X-ray and radioactive radiators due to excessive cell breakdown and nucleic acid catabolism. Since your uric acid is a purine metabolite, no? Destruction of cells that contains purine, such as your cells in the body, okay, with agents or even radiations can increase your urine metabolites, such as your uric acid. Genetic diseases such as your Leishman-Hand syndrome and von Gehrke syndrome are known. Diseases are known to be high in uric acid. Okay. Next analyte is your ammonia. Ammonia is formed in the deamination of amino acid during protein metabolism. So your ammonia determination contributes very little or none at all in renal impairment. Okay, it has a significance in impeding hepatic coma, more of the hepatic part ang ammonia than your renal function. Okay, it is increase also in terminal stage of your hepatic cirrhosis. Okay, clinical application, as I said, no, it is more being used in hepatic function than in urinary function. Can cause Ray's syndrome and inherited deficiencies of urea cycle enzyme. Okay, in determination of this, we can use digestion procedures such as your Kejal digestion process, the nitrogen ion of the PFF of the specimen in converted to ammonia using hot concentrated sulfuric acid in the presence of catalyst, which is copper sulfate or selenium oxide or even mercuric sulfate. Okay. Next is birth lot reaction. No? Mapapansin nyo, this is almost same with your urease. Urea. Okay. So this Beryl's reaction, ammonia formed reacts with phenol and alkaline hypochlorite using sodium nitrochloride as catalase to form indophenol blue. Indophenol blue. Okay? Since halos same siya kay urease, kasi kay urease naman, dinedegrade natin to form ammonia, then ammonia yung dinedetect ng method, same yung magiging procedure nila. Okay? Sabi na natin, yan si urease. Okay, next we have your kidney function. So what about your kidney function? So we do have here your kidney structure. So your kidney is composed of your base unit known to be the nephron, about 1 to 2 million per kidney. Okay, per yan ha, per kidney, hindi dalawang kidney. Okay? So your nephron is composed of glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. This is the microstructure of your nephron. So imagine that you are zooming here, okay, in the medulla. Okay, you can see here your nephrons. Diyan mga nakalagay yung nephrons natin. Okay, then your nephrons has a microstructure. This is discussed to you on your analysis in urine of body and bodily fluids. Okay? After that, no, after Bowman's capsule, your the filtrate goes to your proximal convoluted tubules, then to the loop of Henle, then to your distal convoluted tubules, then to the collecting duct until makarating siya dito sa calyces. Okay? Calyces, then your urine will be excreted to your urethra. Okay? Hormonal control, no? We do have various hormones that affects the kidney function, such as your ADH or your antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. Okay? This is a peptide hormone secreted by your posterior pituitary gland. Okay? This is response in increased blood osmolality. So if ever that your blood osmolality increases, your posterior pituitary gland releases ADH or vasopressin to um, decrease the blood osmolality by inhibiting excretion of your urine. Okay? Release when blood volume decreases by more than 5 to 10% of your body. Okay? Stimulates water reabsorption because your osmolality is increasing, meaning no more materials are being increased than overweighing the water component of your body. Okay? Then water diffuses passively from the lumen of the tubules going to or resulting in more concentrated urine and decreased plasma osmolality. Okay? So that's how your ADH works. It prevents the It prevents the water from going out of your body. Okay, it retains the water in your body. Hence, it will increase your blood volume. Other hormones that can affect your kidney is aldosterone. This is produced by the adrenal cortex of your adrenal gland. Okay? Influenced by, so this is from your adrenal gland, ha? Okay? Influenced by the renin-angiotensin mechanism. So your RAAS or renin-angiotensin aldosterone system, no, controls the water retention in your body. Okay, triggered by decreased blood flow or blood pressure in afferent renal arterioles. So if ever that the blood flow or you're having a hypotension, okay, your aldosterone is being released by your adrenal gland to compensate with regards to your hypotension. So doon na papasok si RAAS. Okay? Decreased plasma sodium, okay, which is detected by your juxtaglomerular apparatus or your JGA, juxtaglomerular apparatus. Stimulates sodium reabsorption in the distal tubule and potassium and hydrogen ion secretion. Okay? So that's how your aldosterone works. Okay. So your kidney, no, plays in a major role in elimination of nitrogenous waste products, which remove end product of metabolism such as your urea, uric acid, ammonia in your blood, okay, and other waste product from foreign substance dissolved in the plasma. Make adjustment in the concentration of normal constituent in the plasma. So your kidney is responsible for, no, regulating some of your metabolites in the body. Okay, general function of your kidney. It functions in the elimination, regulation, balance, okay, maintain balance and endocrine functions. Okay, three major group of kidney function tests. So mainly we do have, um, we can assess kidney function by laboratory test using your GFR, which is your glomerular filtration rate, test measuring renal blood flow, and test measuring tubular function, which is your BUN and creatinine. Okay, test for your GRF. Okay, this measures, no, the rate of glomerular filtration, which are generally called your clearance test. So in your GFR, okay, the result is equivalent to ml per minute per 1.73 meter squared, which is the body surface. Okay, the formula for this is 175 times your creatinine, serum creatinine, okay, times the age, times the, um, for females, you have 0.742, no? Since females has a small, no, body capacity or body shape, and also it has a variation in races such as your African American, which has a 1.210 additional unit. Okay, other methods for your GFR, you have cystatin C. Your cystatin C is an inhibitor of cysteine proteinase, no? Small in size per protein and a positive net charge. This is freely filtered at the glomerulus at the same concentration as in the plasma. So cystatin C is freely filtered by your kidney. Why is that so? No, it is a small compound which passes through your kidneys. Okay? So, hindi siya masyadong na-filter, hindi siya masyadong minimaintain sa loob ng katawan, yung kidney, since sobrang liit niya. That's why if you administer cystatin C, it should be 100% be eliminated by your kidneys. If ever that your kidneys doesn't eliminate this, then you do have a significant kidney disease. Okay? Excuse me. Filtered peptide is completely absorbed by the proximal tubule, destroyed rather than re-entering the circulation. Plasma concentration is inversely related to GFR. Next, you have beta-2 microglobulin. Your beta-2 microglobulin is a component of major histocompatibility complex class 1 molecule. So, na-discuss ko na to sa proteins nyo. Okay? Production is increased in multiple myeloma and lymphoma, filtered by your glomerulus and reabsorbed and metabolized completely by your PCT or proximal convoluted tubules. Okay? Plasma level increase in renal failure since it should be excreted by your kidney. Common cause of dialysis-associated amyloidosis. Beta trace protein functions as prostaglandin D synthase. Plasma level is increased in patients with renal disease because of reduced filtration in the presence of constant production. Tryptophan glycoconjugate, your monopyranosyl L-tryptophan or MPP, normally produced in the body by glycoconjugate of tryptophan, filtered at the glomerulus freely and it's not reabsorbed. Okay? Renal handling is similar to inulin. So inulin is another substance that being used in the clearance test. Okay? Serum level of MPP increases progressively with declining renal function. Okay? Since hindi naman napipilter out, no, tumataas yung serum level. If ever, no, if you have uh, uricemia, okay? Ever that hyperuricemia, okay, lumataas yung urea sa blood mo. Anong indication nun? It is not being excreted properly. Ganun. Okay, kaya laging mataas if ever na meron kang kidney disease. No? Most of the time, ganun. Pero some of your analytes, like your albumin, no, protein, is being directly excreted when your kidneys are damaged. Okay? Kaya nagkakaroon ng hypoalbuminemia sa serum. Okay, types of clearance. Now you have the creatinine clearance test. Your creatinine clearance test occurred through metabolic production, is eliminated from plasma by glomerular filtration, and therefore a measurement of its rate of clearance affords a measure of the process. Okay, so your creatinine clearance is equivalent to, you will use your urine creatinine times the 20-hour volume, 24-hour volume. So, ito yung nasa galon. Iipon natin sa galon, okay? So, ang sabi, yung first urine, no, at that time, hindi mo na isasama. Then, the last urine of that day, isasama. Okay? So, yun yung mga ganong ruling. Then, measure mo yun. Tapos, over your plasma creatinine times 24 hours, 24 din yan, per minute, 60 minutes. Okay? Next is your inulin clearance test. Inulin is freely passes the glomeruli but is neither secreted nor reabsorbed by nephritic tubules. That's why it is a great, no, a great indication of your renal function. Bakit? Kasi hindi siya nare-reabsorb or nasisikret. So, kung ano yung binigay mong inulin, yun lang din yung lalabas sa kidney ng pasyente. Okay? Walang nadadagdag doon as secreted by your kidneys. Okay? Considered to be the most accurate, okay, measure because of that. No? Because hindi siya nare-reabsorb or secreted by your body. Okay, normal values is 215 ml per minute in men due to larger renal mass. So, laging mas mataas konti sa lalaki since mas malalaki yung organs in the body. Okay, 110 ml per minute in women. Okay, urea clearance test. is freely filtered by the glomerular but variably reabsorbed in the tubules depending upon the transit time or the urine outflow to the course of nephritic tubules, the urea filtrate. So that's why hindi natin masyado ginagamit tong urea clearance test kasi nga no, it depends on the renal flow. Okay, if ever that the renal flow is low, okay, magkakaroon ng retention. That's why it's again reabsorbed by your body. Okay, hindi magiging accurate yung test. Next, you have excretory test para amino hypuric test or PAH or diododras test. Then you also have phenol sulfate lane, no, PSP or di-excretion test. Ano 'tong mga excretory test na to? You are going to administer the patient with this drugs, then it is being excreted by your kidney. So, yun yung filtration nun. Dapat, for about a time, no, it should be excreted by your kidney na. Wala ka na dapat makikita within the serum. That's why it's called excretory test. Next is concentration test. Okay, with the use of specific gravity, osmolality, and Fishberg concentration test. So, ano yung kinoconcentrate natin dito? Your urine. Okay? So, your specific gravity and osmolality correlates with the analytes present in your urine. That's why if ever that the specific gravity is too high, then many metabolites are being excreted in your body. Okay? Yun yung mga correlation nun. Next, we have the water, electrolyte, and acid-base balance. So you have osmolality. This refers to the number of moles of solute in a kilogram of water. Okay, solute in a kilogram of water depends on the osmolar concentration of its solute. So what is the formula for this? Serum osmolality is equal serum sodium, okay, in millimoles per liter times 2 plus glucose in milligram per deciliter over 18 plus urea in milligram per deciliter divided by 2.8. So these are the major metabolites found in your urine. Kaya, ever that you are measuring osmolality, most of the time you are using these three metabolites, no, to measure it. Water balance, no, through water loss or water conservation, this is being regulated by your body. Okay, regulated by the hormone ADH. So, sinabi ko na kung paano nagpa-function sa ADH kanina. Increases the permeability of the distal convoluted tubules and collecting ducts to water. So, if ever, no, your ADH also plays a role in increasing the permeability. When you say permeability is yung pag-pass through ng isang bagay. So, kung ini-increase niya yung permeability, mas mataas yung permeability, mas malalaki yung butas or your pores, then mas madaming analytes yung lalabas. Okay? So, this is your a chart providing you the ADH control of the thirst mechanism. So, if ever na bumaba yung plasma osmolality, notif yon kay hypothalamus. Okay, si hypothalamus will now signal your body that you are thirsty. Okay, then it also coincides that this hypothalamus sends signals to your posterior pituitary to release ADH. Okay, so upon releasing ADH, your renal collecting ducts or the kidney will now increase the water reabsorption. I-maintain niya yung water, hindi niya ilalabas, hindi kayo ihi. Okay? Resulting to decrease urine excretion. Okay? And the other part, when you're thirsty, na-trigger yung thirst mechanism mo, syempre, iinom ka. So, if ever na hindi ka uminom, no, meron ka pa rin namang mechanism to counteract. Okay? Next, we have the electrolytes balance. So, what are the electrolytes found in your body? Sodium, which is your primary extracellular cation, in the human body and is excreted principally through your kidney. Okay? Kaya maalat daw ang ihi because of the sodium content of it. Sodium balance in the body is controlled only through excretion. RAAS, no, is the major mechanism for control of sodium balance. So, sinabi na din natin yan. Next, potassium, main intracellular cation. So, in. So, piso. This is the called piso. Potassium in, sodium out. Which means potassium is intracellular, sodium is extracellular or out. Importance in the cellular metabolism. Bakit? Siyempre, especially in your heart pumping. No? It is mainly regulated by your potassium. Freely filtered by the glomerulus and then actively reabsorbed throughout the entire nephron. The distal convoluted tubules and collecting ducts reabsorb and excrete potassium controlled by the aldosterone hormone. Next, you have potassium ion can compete with hydrogen ion in their exchange with sodium. That's why kung mataas si potassium, mababa si sodium. Kung mataas si sodium, mababa si potassium. Kasi nga, they are inversely found in your cell. Fluoride, principal extracellular anion. When you say anion, this is a negative charge element. It is involved in the maintenance of extracellular fluid balance, readily filtered by the glomerulus and is passively absorbed as a counter ion when sodium is reabsorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule. That's why meron ka lagi asin sa katawan. Kaya yung mga orisol, when you see orisol, no, yung oral hydrate pack, you have sodium, potassium, chloride, no, na component nun kasi you need salt. Kaya kailangan nyo ng asin. Eh, kung wala naman, pwede naman yung asin na lang. No? Minsan, kung wala talagang pambili ng oresol, the patient is instructed to drink a salt suspension. Pero, mas okay sana kung meron yung potassium. Okay? Phosphate occurs in higher concentration in the intracellular than the extracellular fluid. Okay, it exists as neither protein-bound or a non-protein-bound form. Homeostatic balance, no, depends on the proximal tubular reabsorption, which is under control of your parathyroid hormone. Okay, next is your calcium, second most predominant intracellular cation, next to your sodium. Okay, most important inorganic messenger in the cell. The ionized form is freely filtered by the glomerulus and reabsorbed in the tubules under the control also by your PTH. So if ever that you don't have your parathyroid, okay, you will have a decrease or increase on your calcium levels. Next, and last electrolyte we have is magnesium. No major intracellular cation, no enzymatic cofactor. The ionized fraction is easily filtered by the glomerulus and reabsorbed in the tubules under the influence also of your PTH. So, if you have disease on your parathyroid hormone, okay, you will have also abnormal or imbalanced electrolytes. So, that's it for your non-protein compounds. Thank you and study